Bill, my friend.
Yes, Ted, my friend.
I have a feeling things are about to change in a most outstanding way.
I could not agree more.
From days of long ago, created by the cosmic legends of the universe, there stands one man, one great man, a man dedicated to preserving all that is good in pop culture. Loved by few, hated by many. Alone in his fortress of awesomeness, he battles fearlessly against the wolf, the evil, the unjust. To right that which is wrong, to serve all mankind. He is the one, the only, the comic Relief Crusader.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Woo! We are back, and it's a Tuesday, and it's a titillating Tuesday on top of that. I am your host, the Comic Relief Crusader. Welcome to the show, everyone. Great to have you here. Everybody's just going ahead and rambling away on the YouTubes and on Twitters and on the Rebels and everything like that. Boy, and everybody's just jumping and pumping and going away at it right here, right now. And we got Dark Helmet here, we got Vince Womack, we got Wendy Trouble Warrior as she eats a cup of chocolate pudding while waiting for the show. Well, I started the show, so hopefully you didn't finish your chocolate pudding right now. So and hail to you, Vince Womack. How's it going, dude? And we also got we have Lenrod. Hi, yeah, and that's right. We are here, and the cafeteria hot food stopped serving lunch at 1:30. It's just crappy sandwiches, fruit, jello, and pudding. It's going to be 2 p.m. now. Oh my god. Damn it. Well, stuck up on pudding there, Wendy. And so we got Zoid that's also here. Let's go. Yeah, we are going, dude. So wow. We've we're back again, and I'm telling you, man, this past weekend it was just nuts at the Calgary Comic-Con. But before we get into that, let's introduce everybody on the panel, shall we?
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Happy on, how's it going, my friend?
It's going well, man. What's up? Nice new intro you got.
I try, so I'm gonna have to switch it up. When I hit 100, I'm gonna switch up the intro as well. So, because the evolution of the channel must keep going. So, yeah, it's been going pretty good. So, had a full weekend. Man, oh man, it was nuts. So,
yeah, you got lots to tell us about.
Oh God! Oh, I got tons to tell about at that Calgary Comic-Con. And we also got Pop Culture Republic. How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going great.
How great is it going?
Oh, peachy. Can't complain.
Ooh, well,
pretty good weekend. Good start of the week. Yeah. Good to see conventions are back in the news, whether good or bad, but hopefully good for everyone.
Exactly. Yeah. So. And we also got the Geeky Classic Leftist, Tom. How's it going, man?
Good. Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking forward. There's a con here in St. John, actually, at the end of May, Foggy Con, and it's free. So I'm going to try to get a buddy of mine to go. No big names. We have some fair names, so I'm looking forward to that. But it sounds like you had a good time, so looking forward to seeing that. But you ever just question yourself and existential questions, and it's like, maybe I need to follow religion more?
Yes.
I'm just, I don't know. I'm not saying any particular, but I just, I question myself. We all make mistakes. I make stupid ones, but maybe I need a little bit more faith in my life. I don't know. Just questioning that this week. Just realizing, hey, sometimes you're stupid and sometimes it's time to wake up and, Anyway, that's all. Sorry, existential life thinkings.
No, well, good things to ponder.
Well, exactly. I'm enjoying Fallout. I recorded a 4-hour. Well, actually, it was a two hour some plays of Fallout 3 because I'm starting from my favorite. I'm posting them on the channel, and I'm playing Fallout 4 on my own because I did the new release. So it's with the updates on the PS4 version and all of them. So I'm playing that on my own time. So having fun.
Aren't some of the dialogue choices hilarious in that game?
Oh yeah,
you can just say some ridiculously outlandish shit to characters.
That's one thing.
You could be the biggest asshole.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could totally be jackassing it. Yeah.
Nice. I want to say hi to somebody new that dropped in the chat. Ethel. Hiya, Ethel.
I have not heard that name in years. Oh, that's
what a classic name. That's a classic name. Ethel.
It is.
I like that. I don't hear that enough. So yeah, oh boy. So Saturday went to the Calgary Comic Con. And man, my feet have never been aching so much before in my entire life. Oh my god. I was planning to do at least a little bit of a live broadcast, but man, oh man, when you're with family and you're trying to keep everyone together, it's kind of hard to do. Not blaming family whatsoever, but there's just so many people.
I seen the picture with you and Drunk 3PO. You looked happy.
I did. I was ecstatic. It was awesome. So gave him a bunch of stuff. Which was actually nice because he was wearing this Transformers shirt. It's like, oh, well, okay. Well, then this is totally 100% perfect for you. So I gave him a couple of posters that I had made, those Transformers scale charts, because he's such a Transformers nerd, and because he is such a, how should I put it? He is such a Star Wars fan. I gave him another shirt. So, and as soon as he looked at it, I don't know. Oh, God, he laughed out loud. And just so you know, it wasn't a Star Wars shirt. No. It was not a Star Wars shirt. It
was another star.
Was it?
It was a Star Trek shirt.
The other star.
It was Star Trek, Star Wars. What's the difference?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Right? Yeah. It was.
I like.
Oh God, yeah. It was. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the shirt that I gave him, because it was totally 100% apparent that I gave him this shirt, because I like to poke fun at friends. It was this shirt. So what would Kirk do? That's what I had to give him. So, and I just told him flat out, it's like, you know what? Okay, because you're such a huge Star Wars fan, I made this shirt and I had to give it to you. And there you go. And so he opened it up, and oh my God, he laughed his ass off. It was so funny. It was so funny. He's like, you bastard.
Oh, wear that at Star Wars Land and Disney. Just walk.
Oh yeah. He said he's going to put it on. So I'd love to see a picture of him putting it on at the con, sitting beside Gina Carano. So who was in Star Wars? Oh my God. I had to do it. I just had to do it. So met up with Drunk 3PO. So it was really cool. So really nice guy. I had no idea he was probably another inch taller than I was. So yeah. And I'm 6'1". So yes, 100% nerd. So
yes,
I so totally am. And
own it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally own it, 100%. So Gina had to go do a panel, which was around 2:00 my time, And
Cool.
so he's like, just wait around after the panel, and then I'll introduce you to Gina. It's like when she's done signing autographs and all that kind of stuff. And hey, that's pretty cool. And so unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not going to go, oh yeah, I met Gina Carano. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to lie. So because unfortunately, after she signed a whole bunch of autographs, I think Drunk said that she had to go to the washroom like really bad. So I kind of missed out on that, which is okay. And like what I told my wife and the kids, it wasn't really more about meeting Gina Carano. It was like just saying hi to Jay and just, thank him for a couple of things that he did for me a couple of years ago, which I really, really appreciate. So it was more about meeting Jay than anything. And he signed his book that he put out, Blue, which was really cool. And he asked if I was going to be there Sunday. And unfortunately, I said, well, this was only going to be my only day there, so I didn't get to meet him again on Sunday. Would have been pretty cool. And then Ellen, or as some would call her, Elliot, she had a panel as well. She decided to open up her big mouth and basically trash the entire province of Alberta.
I heard about that. I read that.
Yeah. For not doing enough, basically slamming the government of Alberta for not protecting trans kids. And I'm like, oh yeah, right on stage. And well, a lot of people did not exactly like that or appreciate that or anything like that. They wanted to hear about her movie and show career and stuff like that, not get all political on basically everybody. And then after that, when she returned to her table, there was nobody there. Like cricket. It was literally crickets. And so as I was waiting in line, Lenrod, please tell me they booed her. There were a couple. So, and that's putting it mildly. And so when she returned to her table, there was like literally nobody in the lineup. And so as promised, I said, Ellen, I loved you in judo when you were pregnant. So, she looked around and well, she got up and she just had this really mean scowl on her face. And she was great in judo. Didn't mind her whatsoever in Juno, didn't mind her as Shadowcat and X-Men or anything like that. And she looked around, she got up, and with this big scowl on her face, she left. And that was the last of her. And Todd McFarlane had this huge lineup. It was like so phenomenally huge. It was like, the biggest lineup like that anybody had at the con. And it was that. So I know I tried my best, but
no, I know.
Man, after a while, my feet were hurting, man. So
yeah, I mean, you basically are on your feet all the time at those. That's you. So yeah, I know what it's like. As long as you enjoyed yourself, though.
Yeah, it was fun. So, she'll probably complain that they let her wrong fans in the Comic-Con. Yeah, that's probably it. So, and yeah, Alberta does have some nice fossil deposits. So, I ruined her day. No, I didn't really ruin her day. As soon as you start bringing political stuff into especially to a comic convention, where people just want to hear about your career and what went on set and stuff like that. That's what people want to hear. It's like you know what? And Alberta's not horrible. No, we're a great province. We're 100% rat free. So there you go. Every other province in Canada and especially all around North America have rats. Alberta's rat free. So, now we're not a horrible province. I moved all the way from New Brunswick all the way to this province because I did what every other smart maritimer did and come out here for work where there is none, pretty much everywhere else.
Now.
Okay, well, fine. All right, fine.
Actually, I was out there time, so I can't say I've been out there twice, and it is nice. I do like it out there. I thought about going back to Missouri sometimes. So yeah, no.
Yeah.
So no, I get it.
And hey there, Sci-Fi said, Dan, how's it going, man? Nice to see you here. So walked around, bought some stuff. You got this vintage poster of the Iron Giant, which was great.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a huge poster. I got it for my son. It was like $35. So it was an awesome poster. And my daughter, she dressed up. And she was hoping that she dressed up as a Pokemon trainer. She was hoping that nobody was going to call her Ash because it was actually Red from the actual Pokemon game. And so actually somebody complimented her on her comment and said, "Hey, that's a nice red costume." It's like, oh, thank God they didn't call me Ash.
I would have thought Misty for sure.
Yeah, no, she hates Misty. She just doesn't like Misty. So oh, you're in Vancouver? Well, hey, Vancouver's an awesome city too. It's a great city.
I love Vancouver. It's so beautiful.
Oh yeah, I love Vancouver.
Just Stanley Park.
Oh, dude, yeah. Tell me about it, man. I got a couple of friends in the oh God, I was gonna say Vancouver area, but it's like it's a little east of Vancouver. Burnaby. In the Burnaby area. So, in Vince Womack, there we go. Yeah, my mom was born in New Brunswick, aka New Brunswick. Exactly.
Nouveau Brunswick.
There we go. We're in New Brunswick, Vince. I'm kind of curious now. So, yep, 100% rat-free. Really, what of the rats called politicians? There are some. We're trying to weed them out.
But it's cool that you get to meet Trump people. That's one thing I find about these people. Everybody like us, like it'd be nice to meet you guys someday. I mean, we met many times. You're a friend, but it's cool. Like, I mean, I know Ranker Steve is talking about meeting a group of them someday and stuff. Like, Canadian Spider-Man and stuff, and it'd be cool. Like, I felt because I consider you guys friends. I mean, we're on here every day. We laugh together, we joke together and stuff, and I think that's cool that you got to do that finally. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And and that's pretty much what the whole thing was all about. So, went, had fun, saw some amazing costumes, and it was really fun. It was really great. So, but speaking of fun, that's the reason why we also do this show is we take care of some of the stupid news on this show. So we just start off with a laugh. So here we go. Here is some. Okay, so stupid news as we start off the show. What do we got in stupid news today? Well, it seems like as we're bustling more and more immigrants, and hey, and like I said, I came from New Brunswick and moved to Alberta for work, and hey, there are some legitimate immigrants that hey, want to do the same thing, make a better life for them and stuff like that. However, this, unfortunately, from the National Post, first reading, rising number of new immigrants hate it here, and they want to go home.
Go, please leave. No offense. But...
No offense, no. But let's put it this way: sometimes they don't send their brightest or more capable or anything like that. So, well, hey, I'm sorry if you don't like the weather. Further south is always easier, I guess. I heard it's warmer there, so there you go.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah,
that's
what's
true. Fredericton.
Gift horse in the mouth.
Oh, Fredericton. I went to college there for 3 years. Fredericton's an awesome city. It's more of an art political city. So it's a very clean city. Yeah, I love it in Fredericton. Yeah, nice.
And you know what? And I want to say, hey, Canadian Spider-Man, how's it going? And I want to say to Canadian Spider-Man, our buddy Canadian Spider-Man, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, good sir.
Oh, happy birthday.
Hope you have a good one. Hope you have a good one. You know what? Okay, and to embarrass Canadian Spider-Man and to mainly embarrass myself, Happy birthday to you,
Mr.
Happy
President.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, Canadian Spider-Man. Happy birthday to you. So,
oh, and if you really want to embarrass him, I'll give you 2 words: hombre or señorita. He might put his hockey helmet on.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Tap on the face. I hope my screaming I hope my singing wasn't that bad.
You are
Wendy Trauma Warrior.
So, happy birthday, man.
Yeah, she's a little uncomfortable.
Just a little bit,
Only
a wee bit.
slightly.
Just a tad.
If she's
No.
unlocked, I don't know.
On this news article, if you don't mind me,
man.
I was talking about this on a Facebook post. Somebody said, "Do you?" And I actually know some of them are here legally, and they're good people. Some of them are really good people. They're okay to assimilate, and they don't want to push. But some of them will bring. They want Shiri law in your own country. Like, no, we don't want that here. You can practice what you want in your own home, but don't. And on top of that, do you know the government pays them a percentage to hire them? That's why most of the Walmart jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Have them, and it's harder for locals to get jobs because the companies are going to only have to pay a percentage, and it's really unfair. And some of them say we feel bad about that, but then you get the illegal ones here. It's nothing to do with race at all. It has to do with the way the government's running this. But anyway,
Ledrod, I'm pretty sure Argentina sent all its morons to the U.S. How else could a country elect a libertarian? Yeah, that's probably true. On top of that, too, because I've seen ads with for example, one trucking company that's out in New Brunswick, Day and Ross. They said they would only hire new immigrants, and only because the Liberal government in here in Canada offers little incentives for hiring immigrants to drive their trucks, and they get a big cash back for that kind of thing. So no, don't bother hiring your most capable. Just hire people that are just new here, that probably don't even know how to do much of anything. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying
some of them do. And it's like they get here's us, like us can't get grants, can't get loans.
Yep.
I'm still fun. But anyway, I'm not blaming them, but some of them here are illegal. You shouldn't be like that interview. I'm sorry, I'm just going to go on a quick thing. There's a guy in Toronto who said, when they did the swear and I kept my hand down and I still believe in Shiri law and it should be here. I'm like, whoa, he should have been banned immediately out of our country. No. It's like, no.
Well, on top of that, plus I'm sure it might have something to do with maybe the freezing cold and stuff like that up here in the Great White North or Canada. So that might have something to do with it. So, I mean, I can't imagine why. It's nice and balmy here. So all the time.
Actually, it's gorgeous that I got my window open. It's actually beautiful right today.
You know what? It actually snowed here like last night a bit.
Seriously?
Wow.
I'm serious. Well, yeah, I mean, that's Alberta. But you know what? It's pretty much all melted now. So, but on top of that, tomorrow we're supposed to be expecting 12 centimeters. So there you go. Yeah. And if you want to know what that is in inches, I'm not going to exactly work it out to you. Just know that 2.55 centimeters is equal to 1 inch. So you can do the math. Probably about, maybe 6 inches. Something like that. Allegedly. So, but they don't like it here. And, well, that's okay. If you don't like it here, you can always move back. So thank you for visiting. I really appreciate it. So, and bring back some maple syrup and contribute to our economy. Next one, this from the UK, from the Telegraph. Apparently, this Oxford student is too bright to go to prison and is spared jail, allegedly for stabbing her boyfriend.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. So apparently, if you're super smart, and I guess on top of that, a white female on top of that, you can avoid to go to jail. I want to say not too bright, but apparently she's too bright. So
is her name Karen?
This one's dated a few years back by the looks of it, but still, it
is.
Yeah,
but I find what I find. But
the stupidity has no timelines.
No, exactly. But
no statute of limitations on stupidity.
Exactly.
What's stupid is stupid, no matter what era.
I don't care what. Yeah, you stab your boyfriend, you go to jail.
Yeah, exactly.
So boyfriend, is he dead?
I don't know.
Or did she just stab him and he lived?
No, I will give her one thing. If
I'm
he's
hoping he
stabbing him
lived.
in
Because if he's alive, that's different.
If she
Well,
did it in
yes.
self-defense, maybe okay. I'd be okay with that, if it's defending herself. But it was just stabbing her boyfriend. Yeah, no. She should be in
Yeah,
jail.
we don't know the particulars just from the headline.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, if she was a dude, she would have gotten the chair regardless of intelligence. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, 100%. And well, that makes sense. Crime doesn't mean it's against the law anymore. Yeah, precisely. So yeah, they're never held accountable. Surprise, surprise. Young white privileged girl. Exactly. So
It's funny. You can murder somebody and get like
2000
years, but you steal
Yeah.
money from the government, you'll get life. Go figure that out.
Yeah, go figure that.
Maybe
So-
she'll come up with the cure for cancer. Maybe.
Oh, that,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Put her in like a
Right.
CIA black site and just have her work for the government and keep
Yeah.
tabs on her then if you're going to spare her. If she's that
That's-
important.
That'll end up killing only her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend in this case. So
Mhm.
and Vince, yeah, 2017, all the newest news to come from the CRC show. Exactly. So, it was news to me at the time. So and
But it's
new.
relevant to today because this stuff would still happen.
Yeah, precisely. Right. So, Lenrod, I recall an article years ago where a woman wasn't sent to prison for a really bad crime because she was too pretty for prison. You know what? That sounds awfully familiar. I think I might remember that somewhere.
That reminds me of like girls like having like sexy mugshots and then like getting modeling gigs based on their mugshot.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a guy,
It's like, what a world.
There was a guy from the States who had a mugshot. He was too pretty.
my
He
God.
got out of jail. He became a multi-million-dollar model. It's like,
I think I've seen that one. Yeah, I've
What a
seen
way
that.
to spin that.
I know, right? And hey, John, how's it going? Nice to see you here, dude. So she
Like,
reminds
I'm not worried
me,
about it. I'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah. My
Meanwhile, in
future spit now.
Bizarro World,
Yeah.
Yeah.
She reminds me of that Harry Potter character. Now that I'm
Oh.
looking at it more.
Hermione?
Yeah, Hermione.
Emma Watson or no?
Yeah, Emma Watson. Yeah, of her character in Harry Potter. So,
She stabbed her boyfriend because he said Wingardium Leviosa wrong.
yeah, that's probably
When it's Leviosa and stabs him.
with your wand.
Yeah.
Shoopus my whoopus. No, you said it wrong. Die. So, oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, there was Vince says there was a dude that happened to him. He still served his time. Yeah, exactly, right? Go figure. It's that or slightly reminds me of somebody doing the spam sketch wrong and she probably wigged out. So
Leading Vikings.
yeah. Lead Vikings! Spam, 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 and spam, and spam!
I don't like spam. Oh, have you spam?
Executive spam, spam, hash browns and spam, 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 and spam. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
bastard.
Oh, I know. Yeah. There's a female scientist, Harvard trained, that shot her colleagues during a department meeting. She thought she was too smart for president. Turns out she shot her brother and killed him years earlier. Oh, man. Damn. That's harmful to your health. So, in more ways than one. So, okay. Yeah. So, today we're talking about video games and stuff like that. So, because I know that's something Lenrod would definitely appreciate, because
Nipples and call me
he is
happy.
a total diehard gaming dude. So if you've
Yeah.
ever seen his Super Nintendo that he built, it's like I think it was like 6 feet long and just got this
What?
huge screen. Oh yeah,
Wow,
dude,
what?
you gotta see it, man. He brought it to this gaming convention. It's huge. It's so huge. It's so impressive.
I'm
And the
actually looking
buttons
at
work
this.
for
Super Nintendo.
I
Oh
have
yeah,
an
yeah.
guts of a Nintendo. I want to turn it into a table someday. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. The giant Game Boy Advance. Yep. It was humongous, man. It was just,
Wow.
yeah, so phenomenally huge. So I thought today, yeah, we're gonna be talking about some video games. I watched last night the Knuckles show on Paramount Plus. 6 episodes. The first episode was about 45 minutes. Each one after that was about a half an hour long. And I thought, because like we talked about, what was it, last week or the week before? Yeah, with Shadow coming out, Keanu Reeves is going to be doing Shadow and Sonic 3 coming out and stuff like that. And then Appion reminded me, it's like, oh, yeah, that's right. It's only a few days till the Knuckles show comes out. And I'm like, oh, right. I totally 100% forgot about that. So I'm going to check out the Knuckles show. So I watched the entire thing last night. You can just totally do it in one night. And it was okay.
No,
that's all I'm going to say about it. It was okay. It wasn't phenomenal, but it wasn't great. So, but it wasn't bad, right? So
it's worth a watch, you could say.
Yeah, it's worth a watch, if you want to waste some time, basically.
Okay.
And
yeah, it sounds incredibly mad by the tone of your voice.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So because there's a little bit of a review that it was a little bit cringe, and just gonna kind of go over it briefly before we get into some of the better news. So with Sonic 3 speeding into theaters this December, so Paramount had a great idea to keep the audience interest high with a new streaming show, Knuckles, right? And it's like, all right, fine, Idris Elba playing Knuckles, just like in Sonic 2, it's like, going to be great, right? So unfortunately, according to this review, what they got was basically a forgettable mess of a show, even by a kid's TV show kind of standard. And as much as I personally liked Idris as Knuckles, yeah, like even according to this article, it wasn't really enough. So yeah, it's essentially like it says, it's like a B-team movie, but worse. I wouldn't really say it was worse, but it could have been better. Right? Mm-hmm. At the beginning, it's pretty fun. I'll give you that, right? Because Knuckles, and this basically takes place like, let's say, probably a few weeks after Sonic 2. Okay. And that kind of timeline of thing. So he's still getting used to living on Earth and getting used to
he's like the fish out of water trope thing where he's like learning how to be in something that he's completely unfamiliar with and learning how Earth works. And
exactly.
Stranger in a strange land then.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much it. Okay. Right? Yeah. And now Knuckles, when you get down to it, is nothing more than a rehash of the first Sonic movie. But my goodness, the execution was horrible. So it says here, our red-furred friend is having a hard time finding his place in the world after Robotnik was defeated in Sonic 2 and achieving his goal of finding the Master Emerald. It's a new world for him. After all, adjusting basically to Earth is rather hard for him. So for whatever the reason, he teams up with Wade Whipple. Now, if you remember Wade Whipple, he's played by Adam Pally. He was basically the deputy in the show, right? The sidekick, basically.
He doesn't have very much screen time in the two movies, so
no, not really.
Strange character to latch on to.
Yeah, it is rather, right? And in the article, they call him the Dunderhead Deputy of Green Hills. It's so, yeah, and Legion of Comics, hey, man, Knuckles was fun as hell. Literally watch it with all my kids. All three of us were laughing our asses off. Was camped up a little more than the two films that worked this with how over serious Knuckles is. Well, hey, and like I say on this show, man, if you like it, you win, right? Exactly. And you know what? And if your kids enjoyed it, it's a win. So, and I tried to get my daughter to watch it, because she's 14 years old and she did like the first two movies, and unfortunately, well, she didn't want to watch it. But like I said before, hey, if you like it, you win, right? So Wade was funny. He gets a little insufferable at times. That's what I'll go with. Yes, I will agree with you on that. So Thetazoid said, yeah, haven't seen any of the Sonic movies, so I'm behind on the movies, still living in the late 2000s to 2015. So catch up, dude.
I'm there as well. I have not seen any of these Sonic movies, so this is it's outside of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's all
I'll
right.
make time for it eventually.
And hey, Penny, nice to see you here. It's our lucky Penny. So, yeah, it seems like the franchise trend to make them more campy in the longer they go. Yeah, that's true. That is true. So I will give it that. So, however, there are some bonuses in this movie. So, Knuckles is advised by the ghost of his old master, which is voiced by Christopher Lloyd.
Doc Brown. Okay.
Doc Brown. So that wasn't too bad. I had to listen closely because my wife, who was in the next room, is like, "Is that Christopher Lloyd?" And I'm like, "Give me a second," because I'm like listening. It's like, "Yeah, that is Christopher Lloyd." So that part I didn't mind. So, and he sounded great. I will say that much. So that in order to find his place in the world, Knuckles Muckles. It was kind of a mucked up show. So, and that's what popped in my head at the time. Knuckles must teach another warrior, another of the warrior ways of his tribe, right? Of the Echidna way, is what basically they called it, right?
Okay.
You must teach him the ways of being. Yeah, because Knuckles is the last of his kind, right? So, and if he's the last of his kind, he must pass on the Echidna way to somebody to train him up to be a warrior. And I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. So thus they go on a road trip to Reno, where Deputy Wade has a bowling tournament to win, right? So yeah. So Wade Whipple, basically the whole thing is basically a road trip so Wade can win a bowling tournament, right? Now, there's a mad inventor, formerly an employee of Dr. Robotnik, named the Buyer, which is played by Rory Khan.
The Hound from Game of Thrones.
Yep, from Game of Thrones.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, and he didn't get a lot of airtime. So I thought there'd be like a little bit more airtime because I do like him as an actor. He plays really, really good. And two corrupt government agents, Manson and Wilbury, played by Scott Mescudi and Ellie Taylor, respectively. And they're after Knuckles for his power. So basically, the Buyer once, got a few quills from Knuckles at the end of the Sonic 2 movie. And basically, he wants Knuckles basically for the power that, all his quills basically hold, right? To power up all the super weapons. So everything is resolved when they get to Reno, and the big fight between him and Knuckles is basically finished, right? So essentially it's like this big road trip, essentially, right? So for Knuckles to fight this guy.
I like that suit.
It
looks like one of Dr. Robotnik's suits from one of the games that you jump into a bunch of times and do damage.
Yeah, and that's basically it. Yep. Last of his kind, sent to Earth in a DeLorean powered by 1.21 gigawatts of juice.
Great Scott! Great Scott Knuckles.
I thought you were about to say Christopher Walken. So you see, you have to stay and try. See, I can't do a good.
Needs more cowbell.
Needs more cowbell.
Yeah, exactly. Knuckles. You're coming at my guy all wrong.
Yeah. So
do it again. Stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
You have to pass on the ways of the Echidna to like some slump of a human being while you're training him to use more cowbell. So no, see, I still can't do it,
on his best skit, by the way. Watch Saturday Night Live when he
Yeah.
plays the gardener who's scared of plants. It's amazing. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
I like the one when he's like the camera is the woman and he's like a super sexual like misogynist and like he's like, come into my place, and like he's the camera is the woman. He's just so creepy and just it's just great.
It's awesome. Oh, Ledrod, you got to go to work. Hey, no problem, dude. Thanks for stopping on by. So just catch it on the rewind because there's more video game stuff that we're going to be talking about.
So can I tell you, or can I ask you, was Elba the voice of Knuckles here, like in the movie, the same voice?
Yes.
Nice, because he's a brilliant actor.
Totally
very
was.
underrated.
The one big positive thing that I got to say about it is, because essentially, usually when you try to bring a CGI character into a television series, there's always kind of like a bit of a downgrading of like the character models that you usually won't see. Yeah. Basically, in a movie, they're more high quality than there are in a TV show or something like that, right? And you don't get that at all in this show.
Nice.
It's like movie quality Knuckles, Sonic, and Tails, right?
I bet you the studio had something to do with that, so it represents and leads back into the movie. So,
oh yeah, totally. And you only get Sonic and Tails in the first episode. So, and that's basically it. Everything else is supposed to be about Knuckles, right?
Yeah, that's fine. If they show up at all is good, but I'd rather them stay out of it anyways, because it's like I'd rather just focus on Knuckles, because Sonic and Tails kind of have their own movies in a way. Like,
exactly,
they don't need to encroach on his series.
Well, no, and it would just take away from Knuckles, right?
Yeah,
as this is supposed to be a Knuckles show. So, now the person writing this article said it was basically a slog of a show. So,
I did not read this article. Fish out of water. Boom.
Yeah. I admittedly had high hopes for the show. You know what? And I got to agree, I do too. During the first half of the first episode, Knuckles Warrior's fish out of water characterization was charming at first, but it started to wear thin as the show progressed, which is kind of true. I'll say kind of true, because 6 episodes, and you kind of get the feeling this happens over, let's say 3-4 days. You can't exactly expect them to get everything right. And that I find is kind of unrealistic, right? Even Deputy Wade's Clouseau-esque bungling was fine at first, but it wore out pretty quickly, and there are so many things wrong with the show. But for brevity's sake, I'll name a few. So yeah, because in this show, I'll just say he acts too much of a bumbling dope, basically. At first it was okay, but like through the entire movie, it's like basically he acts like a teenager, like basically about maybe 12, 13 years old in this entire show, where he's a grown man, basically.
Oh, so he doesn't really have a character arc then? He just
not really. Well, it just
starts
kind of
this way and ends this way.
His character arc is flat.
It's a pretty flat character arc, like basically a little bit of a climb, but it's like not much, right?
That's such a missed opportunity. Because they could have used this movie to perfectly get him acclimated to the world. Then when the third movie comes out, he's almost like a new Knuckles in that movie, because he's learned, oh, that's Kid Cudi. That's that. They used his real name, so I didn't put 2 and 2 together. That's who that is. The rapper singer Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi. So one of the points that the article makes, the inordinate use of slapstick. It's so overused that it negates any type of tension and stakes in the show. The scenes where characters are supposed to have grown or matured are ruined by dumb fights or dialogue spouted in the preceding scenes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's not a lot of growth whatsoever, unfortunately. I mean, there were points in the movie where Wade gets. I don't want to give anything away much, in case you do want to watch this. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but I'll just mention that he has a sister, and there's something that happens between him and the sister where basically he just acts like a child, like a 10-year-old child, right, at a dinner table with their mom while they're having dinner, and it's like, for the love of God, you're supposed to be like, what, 30-ish, mid-30s or something like that? I don't know. And you're acting like a child, basically. The action sequences were terrible. They were all flash, but no real impact. Yeah, that was another thing, unfortunately. It was...
man, this person didn't like anything about it.
No, it was brief. It was really brief, like all the action scenes. And... nothing really that said, oh, this is going to be like a huge fight. It's like basically going through the motions kind of thing. Is kind of what I got out of it. Rancor Steve, hey dude. The reason why I love the show, it's because it's like The View, but with funny guys and not woke. Keep up the work, Comic Relief Crusader. That's one thing I will say. It's not woke. Okay. The show is not woke. All right. I will say that. So
he might mean our show though, too, or your show. I mean, maybe
I kind of read that as
he's talking about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's 40, I think. Well, hey, I don't know what his age is. I have the faintest idea, but okay, fine.
That makes it even worse though if he's acting childish. The older he is,
that's true.
The worse it looks.
So, it is
so
true.
Unfortunate because it really sounds like this show is a misfire where it had so much potential that was wasted.
Yeah. The characters were written so idiotically that there was no reason to root for them to succeed. The show felt like it was more about the humans than it was for Knuckles. That 100% true. I will definitely say that. You know, this show really did not feel like it was about Knuckles whatsoever. It felt more like Wade going on a road trip and stuff happened. That's unfortunately
and that is a huge gun. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's the recoil would send that little woman flying. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it would. She'd be halfway across the room through the wall.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Well, I think they're wearing like an exosuit.
Barely an
they're wearing like an exosuit, so it's like
a power suit.
Makes you stronger. And I'm assuming. Yeah. I'm just assuming from the picture.
Yeah. No, it's kind of like that. It's more like a harness kind of thing that they're wearing, right?
Happy on you'd explain it. That made sense, but they don't do that in the show.
No, not really. So,
but still,
and Dark Helmet. I'm so happy I was the first to comment. So since I commented yesterday on today's live show, oh, that was yesterday. Okay, well, yeah, then you definitely were the first. So, okay, I'm kind of confused by this, Ethel. I don't want a Knuckles to be a good man.
Yeah, because he's kind of like an anti-villain, like
kind of. Yeah,
he kind of sticks in the middle in like the Sonic lore, I guess. Like,
let's be honest, like the last 2 years for comic books and manga, anything, there's been 2 great series. It was One Piece last year, this year Fallout, all perfect. How can our shows follow the map and then realize how to actually do a show? Like,
I do like this though. Legion of Comics, we're worried about gun size in the universe with alien hedgehogs.
Yeah, well,
you got a point.
Yeah, logic is to tie it in.
You do have a point, and it is energy bolts of some sort. So I guess there probably wouldn't really be any recall. Yeah. So but yeah, the villains were written so over the top and flimsy that they were just laughable and no consequence. Yeah, it's like it seemed like, because there were a couple of scenes where they go to this, I don't know, it looked like a big hotel kind of chalet, like in the mountains. And the weird thing was nobody was in there, and they got the place all to themselves where they were going to meet, the buyer, dude from Game of Thrones. And nobody was in there, and they basically totally trashed the place, like in a fight.
Yeah.
And there's no consequences whatsoever, right? Like nobody. The place is completely empty. It's like, what?
Sounds like Batman versus Superman. Oh, we've completely evacuated the dock area, so if they fight here, there will be no casualties.
Right.
And then like in this scene down below, like they're in Reno because that's where they go for this bowling tournament, and like they're in this penthouse suite. And and again, they're fighting and they're totally like trashing the place, and it's like, nobody says boo, none of the hotel staff or anything like that. It was just like
they have the place insured.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what it was.
It'll be all right.
So it sounds like the villains are stormtroopers and can't hit the broadside.
There should have been a side plot where like the hotel owner was gonna like burn the place down for an insurance claim, but then the bad guy, the place just gets blown up anyways, and he's just like in the background. Yes, this is perfect.
But to be fair, it was a private suite, that was on top of the hotel, so I guess it really didn't matter, I suppose, and yeah, so I suppose that was okay. Even the Easter egg references fall flat, and the 80s references were so oddly placed it felt more like a 90s movie, and it should probably maybe the Easter eggs just kind of went over my head. I don't know. So, so the guns are too big. Rob Liefeld, hold my beer. Yes, I like that. Yes, but there is one thing I'll say. Legion of Comics, they should have added more pouches in if that was the case. So, so lots and lots of patches. Theta Zord, yeah, he's the Vegeta of the Sonic universe. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Pretty much what Knuckles is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Dark Helmet cleans my wireless hole puncher while listening to the show. Oh, there you go, a wireless hole puncher. You're living the large life, aren't you? So yeah, it could have been better. It was more about Wade than it was about Knuckles. I was expecting quote unquote hardcore Knuckles action, but it seems like in this, Wade gets obviously more screen time and more lines than Knuckles, right? And for me, it just kind of it just took it away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see Knuckles action. That's what I wanted, right? And basically, these two badasses were just after Knuckles, and Knuckles just interjected and just did stuff while Wade
you would expect that from a show named Knuckles.
Yeah, I mean that only kind of helps, doesn't it? So, but there were some good things. Okay, so the CG quality was almost on par and consistent with the movie, so that was great. Okay, there was no problem with that whatsoever. So, like I mentioned earlier before, you would expect from a TV show for it to be downgraded a little bit, but you really don't see that at all. It's pretty much on par with the movies, which is great. Nice to see Sonic and Tails at the start of the whole setup, and Maddie Wachowski, and Tika Sumpter's Maddie Wachowski really tied the show into the world crafted by the Sonic movies. So, and like the person writing it said, I'm not kidding when I say they did have a good idea for the start. If I were paid Hollywood money to fix this, I would have just kept this a buddy comedy with Knuckles having to learn human ways and tone down his warrior mentality with Wade as they go make their way to a bowling tournament. And that's essentially it, right? So no laser blasting dollar store general Men in Black, no discount Dr. Robotnik. Keep your crazy themed bowling opponents like Carrie L.U.'s Pistol Pete. From The Princess Bride. Yeah.
Wesley.
Yep.
I like Carrie Ells a lot, man.
He plays Wade's
in
dad.
Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, he does. He plays Wade's dad. Oh, that's interesting.
He plays Wade's
dad.
Sounds
like there's a lot of good cameos in this show, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's Christopher Lloyd and him.
And the one that plays Wade's mom. And my wife pointed this out to me because I had absolutely no idea who it was Rizzo from Grease.
Really? Oh my god, I love Rizzo.
She plays Wade's mom in this. She plays it so good. And I'm like, I've seen her before and I couldn't place it. But so Rizzo from Grease plays Wade's mom in this. So, and so Pistol Pete, is Wade's dad. So, and have each protagonist cover each other's weaknesses, social or otherwise, and grow. Say the crazy stuff for after credits to build up tension and to tease the audience of what's to come in the movie. But that's not what we got. So, which is unfortunate. So, but it goes on to say, if you find this over the top slapstick humor fun, you might love this. And like I said to people out in the chat, hey, if you like it, you win, right? It's not up to me to change your thoughts or change your opinions or anything like that. Hey, there are lots of stuff that we like that you might not like, or there are things that you like that, hey, we might not like. And that's fine. We don't want anybody on this show or in the chat or anything like that to fall to some sort of NPC mentality or anything like that.
Right.
So
entertainment is not a zero-sum game.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, his mom was great. Are you staying for dinner? So, that was great, and they were Jewish on top of that. Oh yeah. So you go through hardships too. It's like, oh yes, yes. So was we. Yeah, I am the last of my kind. I am the last of the echidnas. And it's like, oh yes, we've the mom was like, oh yeah, we've had that too with our people on top of that as well. So we know exactly what you're going through. So that it was nice. It was nice. I did see one person on Twitter actually complaining about that. Like one person was trying to ban the show just because it had a Jewish family in it.
Why?
Oh goodness.
I know. It's like, really? You're gonna complain about that? Like, are you serious? It's like so stupid.
Because of
so
world
dumb.
issues right now, people are hating on Jews. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know.
Stupid. Like,
yeah. Is he Jewish? Yeah, on his mother's side. Yeah. So that was funny. That was hilarious. I love that bit. Oh my god. But
I'll check it out. Like, what the heck is with the chat? Mind you, it makes me want to watch Ready Player One now. Don't ask me why. Maybe they're talking 90s references. I've been thinking of that now.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
We did talk about it last show when we were talking about Gundam and the fight with
Mechagodzilla.
Yeah,
something that I'm gonna watch it again soon.
I think Iron Giant's even in that movie.
Yeah, Iron Giant had a good
Iron Giant's in that movie, which is great. But I did kind of feel bad for the actors a little bit because they're trying their best with what they got, and and I know it's not the actor's fault whatsoever. I'm not blaming the actors whatsoever. Instead of making this basically a Wade show with Knuckles basically slapped on for the title, it just seems like, like that gotcha moment. Oh yeah, we got to watching this show now, but the show is really about Wade and trying to find his dad, and then finding out
Kenobi.
His dad's a jerk. Yeah, it's basically Kenobi.
This is the Reva and Leia show.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, that's
pretty much it. But
I'm still gonna watch this though. I'm still gonna check it out and make my own opinion. But
that's right. The Jews are God's chosen people. Exactly. So, and there you go. Yeah, any excuse to watch the Iron Giant fight Mechagodzilla is a win.
Yeah. And like Chucky's in there stabbing people, and like the Ninja Turtles are running around, and there's just so many Easter eggs and references.
Great movie.
But it is. So, like I said, hey, there are some people. Exactly. There are some people in the chat that like it, and you know what? Like I said before, the show wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I'll just say it was good, but it could have been better.
In your words, a like is a win.
Out of 10, out of 10, what would you rate it?
Out of 10, I would.
5 being average.
5 being average. I would put it at around a 3.54.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch it. I never go on anybody else's. I'm a weird one, so
that's pretty rough.
I think
it's pretty rough. Well, yeah, only because I wanted. Yeah, I wanted a Knuckles show, right? But I got a Wade show with Knuckles as the sidekick.
Okay,
it's not like the Transformers movies. Remember, there was more human interaction than the Transformers when they first. It's like, no, I want less humans, more Transformers.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam Witwicky, come on, him and Megan Fox. Who's gonna drive you home?
Oh man, jeez. Well, yeah, it's pretty much exactly like that, except the humor is a little bit more lighthearted and stuff like that, which is okay, which is all right, right? But it's like Transformers, right? You got more human than you did the actual characters, right? And that's what I wanted out of Transformers. I wanted to see big giant robots and their personalities come out in a movie. I didn't want to see a movie with Sam Witwicky and, although I didn't
his family and the dog that humps everything.
Oh God, yeah. That's what I didn't want to see. I want to see giant robots, damn it. And the same with this. I wanted to see Knuckles. I wanted to see Edra, Elba, and
well, exactly. He's such a great actor too. I mean,
be Knuckles, play Knuckles.
Yeah.
and just have knuckle action. And that's what.
Yeah, exactly.
You know. So.
That's fair.
Yeah, Legion of Comics. Yeah, agreed. It could have been better. He gives it a 6.5 out of 7, but I recommend watching with your kids. Yeah, it's great for kids.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it sounds like the demographic is like for kids mostly, and it sounds like it nailed that, I guess.
Yeah.
IMDb gave it a 6.4, so they didn't give it the best score. They gave it a 6.
Whole damn thing. I was surprised we had as much Knuckles with a TV show. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Well, hey, you know, and yeah, just like Legion of Comics said, yeah, it's great for kids TV show.
Cool.
That's cool.
Basically. So, you know, if you're grown up and you're just watching by disappointed, but yeah, that's about it. So, you know, Ethel, I want a real Beast Wars movie, not what we got. Yeah. I gotta agree with you on that. Yeah, that Rise of the Beast movies. Oh my god, I
didn't hate it. I'm not gonna say hated it, but it could have been a lot better. You know,
yeah, I didn't like it whatsoever. Not much.
I didn't care for the protagonist and like his bullshit story where he he robs people because his family is like struggling. It's like that doesn't give you an excuse to be a criminal. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. And he has a stupid suit that he puts on, and then he basically is like a transformer. But he's like a Power Ranger, and then they have a crossover with G.I. Joe. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
What?
I know.
Yeah. Did you guys
at the end? Yeah,
at the end, working on a G.I. Joe Transformers combination show. Maybe it might happen.
Yeah. Because like at the end of the movie, after he does the fight with the Transformers, he goes to like a recruitment office thing, and they show the logo of the G.I. Joes, and they I think they play a little music and then fade to black.
Yeah, that movie is being made now. It's like, oh no.
And hey, Crimson Toys, how's it going, man? Nice to see you, dude. So, Vince Womack, yeah, that's the reason why I really love Beast Wars. No human point of view characters that just hold up the entire show. Yeah, exactly. Right. So, Legion Comics. Oh my god, I live the Transformers Beast Wars Beast movie. If you liked it, great. I
liked it. You know, it was the worst. Wasn't the best, but I liked it.
Yeah,
I found myself enjoying the Netflix's Transformers War on Cybertron series.
Yeah,
but I don't know that much about it. I don't know if that's bad or good or what.
I don't know. And yeah, you know what? The Energon Universe comics so far from Image, so far I'm impressed with that. I am. I really am. So yeah. Then Vin Diesel pops up and his car turns into a transformer
and starts talking about family.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about family. So so that's it. You know what?
I wanted the last episode now. The Fast and Furious last one has to have a transformer. Damn it!
Exactly. That's right. But yeah, I mean, even at the end, the fight could have been a bit better. You know, between the buyer and Knuckles, it just seemed extremely short. So, but that's just me. So, you know what? And like I said before, it wasn't great. It was okay, and it wasn't bad. It's definitely not woke. I'll put it to you that much. So,
that's good.
There we go.
Yay for not being woke.
There we go. And hey, Franco Walker, how's it going? You made it to half the stream. Yay. And that being said, seeing how we're halfway through right now, we'll take a brief commercial break before we get on to the next article. Here we go.
You want to feel so energetic? Try Power Thirst. Energy drinks for people who need gratuitous amounts of energy. With all new flavors like chocolate. Chocolate energy. It's like adding chocolate to an electrical store. Sound the alarm. You're gonna be uncomfortably energetic. What's that? You want strawberry? Well, how about rawberry? Made with lightning. Real lightning. Sports. You'll be good at them. It's an energy drink for men. Energy. These aren't your dad's puns. These are energy puns. Turbo puns! Science, energy, electrolytes, turbo lights, power lights, more lights than your body has room for! You'll be so fast, Mother Nature will be like, slow down! And you'll be like, fuck you, and kick her in the face with your energy legs! You'll have so much energy. Just running all the time. Power running, power lifting, power sleeping, power dating, power eating, power laughing, power spawning babies. You'll have so many babies. 400 babies. Give chocolate to your baby. They'll be good at sports. Make your babies run abnormally fast. They'll run as fast as Kenyans. People will watch them running and think they're Kenyans. They'll race as fast as Kenyans against actual Kenyans, and it'll be a tie and they'll get deported back to Kenya. Hey, go with the sure thing. Don't gamble on your energy. Snake eyes. Try power thirst. The
That was shipped back to Kenya. Kenya.
Well, I thought, seeing how we're talking about running and power and, Knuckles and stuff.
Yeah, I'm all about that chocolate. I want that.
There we go. Made with real lightning.
I want to run as fast as a Kenyan.
Yeah.
And you're tired, Kenyan. You'll both be shipped back to Kenya.
So many babies.
These aren't your dad's puns. They're turbo puns.
Turbo
Sonic
puns.
versus Kenyan.
Yeah, I don't want that many babies. I don't want any. No.
The foot race of a lifetime.
You don't want that many babies? Come on, Tom. Jeez, we're gonna up the population. So your average white male is becoming an endangered species.
That's true.
Yeah. Do your part for the planet. So
Genghis Khan probably had 400 babies.
He probably did. Exactly. So 100%. So that being said, let's get on to the next article. Okay. Hey, Padawannabe, how's it going, man? Nice to see you.
Hey.
Reminds me of those Old Spice commercials. Look at me. Now look away. Now look back at me.
Yeah. Look down. I'm on a horse. Now what am I doing? I'm over here. I'm in space.
You want the best commercials ever made? Look at on YouTube. There's the Squatch soap stuff. Dr. Squatch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
the greatest commercials in the world. I love those. And you can buy that at stores finally. It's available at Walmart finally.
Oh,
I really enjoy the Mayhem commercials as well with the Mayhem guy. And then they have one now where he's like fighting Larry Bird, and it's hilarious. Like Larry Bird like falls through the ceiling and his legs are dangling through the roof.
I love that. That was so awesome.
Manscaped one. There's a guy sitting under his bed. He's like, shh, quiet. And he's got the Manscaped mom.
The commercial to beat all commercials. Gary Busey doing Amazon Fire Stick.
Oh, God.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that.
That's hilarious.
I
It's
wanna
Gary
see that
Busey just being Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. Enough said.
Yeah.
I thought you said Dr. Crotch soap.
No, Squatch. I actually bought it. It's actually really good soap, actually. It's natural.
Oh, my
I had the
God.
pine tar. It's really expensive, but they have it at Walmart now. I might try it again because you don't
Oh,
pay
there we
shipping.
go. Yeah. Well, okay. So now on to the next article. So see, now we're talking about video games and video game shows and stuff like that that's coming out. Couple of weeks ago, we talked about Nintendo and what's over at the works over at Nintendo, and all the other video game plans that they have and whatnot, because we do know that they do have something with Zelda in the works. So now this out by the Phantom Pulse, Shigeru Miyamoto's leaked IMDb page reveals new games, new sequels, and new movies coming from Nintendo. So, this might be pretty telling. There we go. There we go. Nick Cannon has 400 babies.
He probably does.
Another Super Mario
Probably does, yeah. Oh my God.
So good.
Nick Cannon. So let's see, Padawannabe. Yeah, Dr. Squatch is great. Cut the bars in half and make them last longer. Yeah, true. So I'm pretty excited to hear this, because they do have the next Mario movie planned for next year. Excuse me. I believe it's next year. So that's already in the works. So
and they teased that Yoshi at the end. I was like, let's go, Yoshi.
Yes. I know, right? I can't wait. But yeah, so as we know, because Mario did fantastic last year at the box office.
So good.
It was so
just a fun movie. Just a really fun movie. Like
lots of good references.
For all ages. Yeah. Oh man, the Nintendo references all throughout.
Oh yeah.
Oh, big time. Big time. This is what I can't wait for now. So it seems like definitely Nintendo is going to like dominate at the box office with what they got planned, provided that things go smoothly. That's what I'm hoping for. And, like a lot of creators, over in Japan because, and I know I made this reference before because we've seen it with like One Piece with the Netflix show that as long as creators are kept in the loop, things will go along smoothly, right? Which is what happened in the Super Mario movie, right? So now, Shigeru Miyamoto, known as the creator of the Super Mario, Donkey Kong, and Legend of Zelda series, currently serves as Nintendo's representative director and creative fellow. The legendary Nintendo game designer may be in hot water with Nintendo execs after his IMDb page apparently leaked confidential plans for future Nintendo Switch games and movies. So,
whoopsie.
That assistant or whoever monitors his page is fired because I doubt it was him directly.
Yeah,
exactly, right? So, but that's also why this channel exists, because you're going to get a little bit of a sneak peek what they're going to be showing. So now Miyamoto's IMDb page contains intriguing listings of several unannounced Nintendo Switch games in development, including a Donkey Kong game remake. Because you know what? A few months ago, I was wondering, it's like Donkey Kong Island. That was such a great game on Nintendo 64. And we haven't seen a Donkey Kong game in a long time.
Oh, yeah. I played the second one so many times with him and Diddy Kong. So many times as a kid, I remember.
Yeah, and I mean, was that really like? If anybody knows, like in the comments or in the chat right now, was that actually the last Donkey Kong game for on Nintendo 64?
I don't think so. They had one for Switch. I don't think so.
I remember the last one. I really remember it. Like they came out with like bongo drums, and it was like a musical one where Donkey Kong's like playing drums, and it was kind of like their version of Rock Band or something.
Wasn't that on the Wii?
I don't know. Yeah, I think that was the Wii age. Yeah.
Okay, because I know I did see those bongo drums probably about a couple of months ago at a farmer's market in Calgary.
Nice.
So if anybody's looking for those bongo drums, maybe I can still pick them up. So
they probably don't even make those anymore.
Some of those are worth a lot of money too. Yeah, I looked them up. They could be worth a lot of money. A lot of video game old gear is worth a lot on the market now.
Yeah. So Miyamoto's IMDb page contains intriguing listings of several unannounced Nintendo Switch games in development, including a Donkey Kong game remake. Nintendo is reportedly assessing whether to remake Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, or Donkey Kong Barrel Blast from the Wii era for the Red Hot Switch platform. Okay, so there we go. Jungle Beat and Barrel Blast. All right, so that was on the Wii. So in addition to a possible Donkey Kong remake, Miyamoto's IMDb page hints at a new Star Fox racing game for Nintendo Switch alongside a new Star Fox. Miyamoto is also apparently working on Luigi's Mansion 4, suggesting the Mario brother is getting another ghost-busting adventure, which is pretty cool. So I did play Luigi's Mansion a little bit, and that's not a bad game. I don't mind that whatsoever. Star Fox, I definitely want to play another Star Fox game. 100%.
Yeah, Star Fox is a classic.
I love Star Fox. So, does everybody want to know what was listed on the IMDb page?
Let's go.
Sure. Let's go. Let's do it. So, producer, here's what's coming up. Untitled open world Mario 3D game. Okay. Which is in pre-production.
Yeah.
Another Super Mario Brothers movie sequel, which we talked about like a couple of weeks ago. So there's that. Luigi Mansion 4. Another Legend of Zelda game. So
no, I think that's the movie. I don't see the video game thing next to that. So I think that's the movie.
Yeah.
That's got to be the movie. 100%.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Unknown Donkey Kong remake for Nintendo Switch and untitled Star Fox game for Nintendo Switch.
And don't forget, the new Nintendo Switch is coming out very soon. They said it's going to be upgraded, higher graphics. They are going to. There is a new Nintendo Switch coming out. So, well,
that's right.
Cool.
So, Nintendo Switch 2. So, what else? An untitled Mario baseball game for Nintendo Switch.
Oh, nice.
Well, I mean, that's okay. But I definitely want a new Star Fox game. So
I remember playing Mario Tennis, and it was kind of fun with all the different characters. They have their different
Mario
tennis
was
styles.
okay.
Yeah, some of the sports Mario games are all right.
Yeah.
They need to make a new Mario Party.
Yeah, that is definitely fun.
With new characters and stuff. And
let's see. I was at a farmer's market and I too saw some bongos got slapped before I could bang them. Oh, dude, no.
Got him.
Ethel, we need Pokemon. There's a lot.
Oh yeah,
A lot of Pokemon already.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot.
There's never enough.
There's tons of Pokemon. There's always a Pokemon game coming out, man.
I want to
there's never
Pikachu
enough.
too.
So,
yeah, Detective Pikachu was pretty solid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see Detective Pikachu too. So I thought Ryan Reynolds
already.
Yeah, I thought Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. That was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that was one of those things where I was watching. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. It's just gonna be Ryan Reynolds, and then you watch. It's like, no, this actually works.
Yeah, it does. So, but yeah, Legend. Yeah, so Legend of Zelda. So producer, yeah. So there's no video game that's with that title. So that's in development right now as we're speaking, which is great.
I'm curious who is playing Link.
Yeah,
man. The first teaser when it comes out and they play that iconic music, it's gonna set the internet on fire.
Oh, big time.
That will.
Oh, especially in a trailer. Oh yeah, 100%. Crimson Toy. Yeah, they're a Japan company. Make a darn Macross Robotech game. Yeah,
please. Yes. Oh my god, give me that now.
On PC.
There was one for the Xbox years ago, and it was kind of cool, but I want it.
There was one ages ago on PS2 that I remember. And yeah.
I have.
And I had the North American version and I had the Japanese version. Guess which one was better?
Japanese version.
Yes, and they were the same game.
Yeah, they usually are. Yeah, I have
the Japanese game was so much better. Oh my god, it was just unbelievable. Franco Walker. Yeah, I'm not a gamer and I've never played on any Nintendo gear. I'll see you later. Oh no, come on, dude.
Oh
no,
love you.
No,
it's all right. I've never progressed past the Atari 2600, so I'm not a gamer either.
There we go. Yes, it was Battle Cry. That's what it was. Yep, on PS2.
You know, Walmart actually has an old Atari it's like 200 games for the Atari. It's kind of cool. It's an old retro console.
Yeah. I mean, nostalgia is really getting everything going with all these retro consoles with the built-in emulation, like hundreds of games.
Oh, stores can sell fortune for these retro games now. That's what I'm saying. Like,
even a Commodore 64. You can buy that.
That's where I first started my own gaming sessions at Commodore Sork and all those. Oh, yes.
Oh, I know, right? Now, beyond games, Miyamoto's page also confirms his role as executive producer on the upcoming Super Mario movie sequel. So, which we talked about, a few weeks ago about that coming out. So, this follows his involvement in the first Mario film, which grossed over $370 million worldwide. And most surprisingly, it states Miyamoto will have the same role on a Legends of Zelda film adaptation. Good. Now, rumors, I know that's so good, thank God. Rumors of a Zelda movie have persisted for years, but this leak suggests Nintendo is finally ready to bring Link to the big screen. Thank you.
They know they don't want to fuck it up. They know they don't want to fuck it up. They got to get it just right.
That's
right.
That's right.
Because that was their biggest concern. They didn't want. Yeah, just think of all the legion of fans that would be majorly upset if you mess up one little point.
Oh God, tell me about it. Yeah. Let's see. I still have an Atari 2600. Haven't touched it in ages. There you go, man.
Yeah. I have to blow the dust off of it and hook it up, see if it still works.
That's right. And hey, your Muslim uncle's here. How's it going? Nice to see you, dude. I have a Nintendo Switch, but I'm really enjoying the new Mario that you can play online with people, and it's multiplayer all at once. And I'm also playing State of Decay 2, amazing game on Xbox One. Ooh,
Wow.
Nice.
interesting. Nice. So, yeah, because I know Nintendo have for years said no Zelda movie. No Zelda movie. And yeah, and if they screw this up, it's going to be like, yeah, no more. I'm not going to do it.
Well, ever
And
since
fans
when
will
the release
totally
of Switch,
rage 100%.
well, like I said, with the release of the Switch and then Tears of the Wild came out, that brought back the Zelda love again. I found it was kind of there, but then that really brought it up again because it was such a huge game. And then the second one came out, and then it's like, yep, no, Zelda's back in full force. So why not jump in that franchise and do a movie? Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, who could they have play Ganon? Like,
oh, dude, yeah.
Who would be worthy to be Ganon?
Josh Brolin.
Oh,
yeah. You got to be heavy on. If it's CGI, then have him. I would say probably get him to do the voice. If it's going to be live action, then it's going to be like heavy on the makeup and stuff.
We get it. It becomes like Thanos. I hope they remember you. All that for a drop of blood, Link.
Exactly. But Josh Brolin, I can totally picture Josh Brolin as Ganon.
Yeah, because you need a deep, powerful voice for him because he's like
big time.
You know, he's the big bad.
And I love that.
And he's a busy actor. I mean, doing Deadpool, he's in Dune. He's in so many films lately. So he's back in a full schedule. So yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Just awesome. So while the gaming community is thrilled at the prospect of new Donkey Kong and Star Fox games for the Switch, Nintendo has not confirmed the legitimacy of the leaked listings on Miyamoto's IMDb page. Well, it's a leak that I'm glad that
we
happened.
know nothing.
Nintendo are sticklers for things like that. They're they're one of the worst out of them all. Like one of the tightest lipped companies out there. Nintendo is like, very staunch on that kind of thing.
And yeah, you're right. Those two Zelda games are higher, 100%. And that's the thing. Because my daughter has a Switch. She got it for Christmas a few years ago. And, she also wanted the Zelda games. But you know what? I'm not going to lie. I'm the one that plays it the most. I don't play Splatoon. I won't play any of the other games that are on her Switch. But I will play, and I've played it for hours, like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the...
Yeah.
Well, no, Breath of the Wild originally wasn't that released for
the graphics on it are awesome.
Wasn't that released for Wii U originally, but they re-released it? I think Breath of the Wild was originally released for the Wii U, if I'm not mistaken. And then they re-released it for the Switch, which it then took off. But yeah, the game was out for the Wii U, I think, first, or at least the Wii, I think. But then they released it graphically.
It was a former Wii game. It wasn't Breath of the Wild, I know that much. It was something else. And then when the Wii U came out, they remastered it.
Yeah.
But then Twilight Princess?
Basically like the upgraded edition. Yeah.
Zelda Twilight Princess? I know that's the one where you use the Wii remote to like do the sword swipes. Where like it's like sword fighting and you can block with your hand as you're moving the remote around. But that might have been a Skyward Sword, actually. There's a lot of Zelda games.
So it was one of those.
Oh yeah, wait, no. Zelda Breath of the Wild is a 2017 action-adventure game developed, published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch and the Wii U. So it was released for the Wii U as well. It wasn't as graphically good, but it was released for the Wii U. But nobody remembers the Wii U. That's the thing. Hey, it's like that's just
I know that didn't have a long shelf life.
The only one I really remember is the Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, that was the best Zelda game until Breath of the Wild came out.
That was like N64. I want an N64 Mini. They never released that, and then the Mini stopped. So many good games for that. They're hard to.
I know, right? And the games that were so expensive for Nintendo 64.
Oh yeah,
man.
For the movie, I'd want them either to do Breath of the Wild type storyline or Ocarina of Time, where we start with 100%. Link as a kid waking up in his little house, and you've got Navi, the little hey.
Yeah.
By the way, Nintendo, if you're listening to this, Nintendo, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, re-release 007 Please give us that game again.
Oh, GoldenEye.
Oh, it came out on Xbox as a remastered.
Did it?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And I want to say hey to Lord Thoth. Nice to see you, man. Great that you're here. So we're talking.
I love those games. And
talking video games, the video game stuff.
N64 had the best wrestling games too.
Sleeping on all the classic arcade games. Yeah, that are available to purchase on that thing, including the only legitimate copy of the arcade Donkey Kong, that Nintendo. Oh yeah, that's right. Ever released.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, that's how Mario was introduced originally. He was just jumping over to get the princess at the doink, and then
So still with the Nintendo Switch, exactly. Still, with the Nintendo Switch entering a pivotal year on sale, intrigue surrounds what major franchises Nintendo has in development. Now, Miyamoto's IMDb page suggests new entries in classic series like Donkey Kong and Star Fox, which could arrive on Switch or possibly the Switch 2 in coming years. Helmed by legendary Shigeru Miyamoto, who defined Nintendo game design for decades, these titles would no doubt drive enthusiasm among the Nintendo fan base. I got to agree with that. So I definitely want to see a new Star Fox game.
Oh, Star Fox with modern graphics. Oh man.
Where they're saying Switch 2, by the sounds of it, will be out next year. Now, will it still rival Xbox and PlayStation? No, they don't have the hardware for that. But it'll be bigger for what they have. And they're always competitive because the games are usually the best games out there sometimes. So, but yeah,
that's
Switch
true.
2 will probably be next year they're looking at. So,
well, I mean, that being said, about the Switch 2, because Nintendo's Switch 2 announced as collaboration with Samsung Electronics into next-gen gaming hype's new specs. And this just came out yesterday. So, because it seems like Nintendo likes to do things like every 5 years, update it a bit more, re-release a new gaming system and, stuff like that. So I think Switch 2, might be really soon around the corner. And I think that Switch is it's a phenomenal gaming system. It's really
is.
It really is. Yeah.
You can go 1440p. I think that'd be great. People say 4K. As long as you can go 1440p, you can put a top of the line gaming system out there, I think.
Oh, big time. Big time.
Because 4K, you're going to have heating issues with something so small, I think. With that size. So I don't know. Wait and see. Anyway, let's see.
Yeah. Sorry, I know I'm roboting probably a little bit here and there. So try to make something work.
You're good. You're good.
Good. Oh, okay. So the gaming world is abuzz with anticipation for the Nintendo Switch 2, the first new gaming system from Nintendo in 8 years. So it's good to see the longevity of the first Switch, being 8 years already. It's hard to believe it's been around that long. Man, it doesn't seem like that long. So this highly anticipated console is expected to incorporate a significant amount of technology from Samsung Electronics, making it almost a made by Samsung product. From displays to memory and foundry services, Samsung's expertise will be heavily utilized in the creation of the Switch 2. Which is really interesting. Now,
how much are you going to pay Samsung?
Billions, probably.
Yeah, Samsung's going to make bank on this deal.
Oh, big time.
But Nintendo has the money.
Well, that's
yeah.
Exactly it, right? Now, industry sources suggest that the Nintendo Switch 2 could launch as early as the second half of this year.
Wow, with no images even being released or any type of
I'd say probably next year, but they're going nudge, nudge, wink, wink. You never know.
I think so.
Really good.
With parts manufacturers reportedly researching or reaching initial production contracts. The original Nintendo Switch, launched in 2017, has been a consistent top seller, contributing to Nintendo's market capitalization exceeding 10 trillion yen last month.
Wow.
Alone. last
Wow.
month.
Wow, that's not billions.
Yeah.
That's trillions. You know how much that is? Holy
10
crap!
trillion yen in American dollars.
Jeez. I mean, there's the Switch Lite, and so many. Oh wow!
You know how much that
God.
is?
It's always been
Okay,
said that the
10
gaming industry puts Hollywood to
10
shame.
trillion yen last month.
Yeah.
Big time.
So how much is
10
10
trillion
million
yen, okay, last month is 63 trillion 378 million $587,365.15.
Wow.
Holy shit.
That's
Wow.
still more than most any of these companies are touching. That's
I
like
know.
Over
that's scary.
yeah, over slightly $63 trillion last month.
With like
Last-
a 7,
last-
8-year-old console.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
That's
just
insane.
think about that.
Imagine if
That's
imagine
last
if
month.
Disney had that money to throw around.
Yeah, exactly right.
What franchise
Oh
could
my
they
God.
screw up next?
Not the Princess and Donkey Kong in Brazil, another fling on Mario. Oh, and
Well, yeah.
Okay.
if you read the story in the manual, Mario was the bad guy in that game. Oh, yeah, that's right. In Jumpman, yeah, 100. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
100 billion. Yep.
Huh.
It's a lot. That's a lot of money. Now, the Switch 2 aims to build upon this success by offering enhanced features and compatibility with existing accessories, which is great.
That is
Because, I
huge
mean,
right
you know,
there. 'Cause backwards compatibility needs to be done in all systems, but it's not. That's smart.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
because remember with PlayStation, they had the backwards compatibility going on for a while. Like I think probably up to the
PS3,
third
the original
PlayStation?
Fat Boy. But then after
Yeah.
PS3 was the first model, it was backwards compatible. But then after that, they stopped, and ever since then, no. It's like
Yeah.
because online gaming became a thing, and buy it again online. Like stop, no. Give us
Yeah,
back.
no, I don't want. I don't want to buy it online. I want physical. I want.
I've already
physical
owned it
property.
anyway. Why should I have to buy it
Yeah,
again? No.
you own it, but then it's like it'll be in their classics catalog, which will be only available if you pay for this classic thing, and
Yeah,
then you can play the game you already own.
which is just
Exactly.
bull crap. You know.
Hate it.
It's
Hate it.
in a way it's understandable because more and more companies are moving away from optical drives. I mean, that's what I think of with physical media. It's
Yeah.
it's going to be a CD or a DVD optical media, and those don't. Some of them don't last very long. You got DVD rot and issues like that.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. And I think Nintendo totally did it smart when they put out the Switch, right? Because it's all little cartridge, right? And it's the
Mhm.
size of an SD card. It's literally the size of an SD card. And on top of that, they made it so safe that it's, because a lot of people were saying, oh, well, if a child swallows this, oh my God, they could probably die. Have you ever tasted one of those little cartridges for the Nintendo Switch?
I heard they taste bad.
purposely made it taste so horrible.
Yeah,
I
can't say that
they
I
taste
have, no.
so horrible. It's intentionally made to taste so rank that
Yeah,
any
but-
child would just immediately spit it out. I've tried it.
Hmm.
I've tried it because my daughter. I did. My daughter
we
said,
should
"Oh
film
no,
it."
they." Oh man.
Nintendo cartridge. It's what's for dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And I'm like, really? They made their cartridges intentionally taste bad? It's like, yeah, for fear of small children from swallowing them. It's like, really? It's like, yeah, here, go ahead, try it. I dare you. And oh god, and I love my daughter, and I took her up on that dare, and I licked it.
It's a
And
salute from me getting dad to do that.
Then kids start taking the cartridges, putting hot sauce on them.
yeah, exactly. It'll be like
Pretty
the
soon it'll be the
Tide Pod thing
next
all over again.
tripod challenge or whatnot.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's right. And oh, it tastes so bad. It does. It does.
By the way, that's not a suggestion. People don't do it.
No, not a
That's-
suggestion.
don't
do
exactly.
the thing. Don't do it.
Like I said on this channel, I suffer so you don't have to. So there you go.
Exactly.
But one of the key aspects, now that we got that unpleasantness out of the way, one of the key aspects of the Nintendo Switch 2 is its backward compatibility. The console will continue to support existing Joy-Cons and the Pro controller, ensuring that players can utilize their current accessories. Smart idea. Now, the Switch 2 will also feature a cartridge slot that supports physical Switch game cartridges, allowing players to access their existing game libraries, including digital versions. However, it's important to note that second generation cartridges may not be compatible with first generation consoles. Okay. Obviously, because that kind of makes sense, because, well, I mean, if newer software updates are on, new gen or next gen cartridges, don't exactly expect like older hardware to be able to play it like just as well. It's not going to happen, right? That's why they're made for a second gen, which obviously makes sense, So, but I guess you're getting a little bit of a sneak peek here of possibly the Switch 2. So, you got a brightness sensor, you got the rails for the Joy-Cons, you have an adjustable stand. That's not too bad. I kind of like that idea. So, not that the first idea, where you plug it into the slot stand, not that was a bad idea, but I mean, at least you could always pull it out or, just leave it in there and let it charge and stuff like that. So that wasn't too bad. You got a micro SD card slot, which supports micro SD, micro SDHC, and micro SDXC memory cards. Game data cannot fit into game console system memory, can be stored on these. Please note an update via an internet connection is required to use micro SDXC memory cards. Okay. A USB Type-C connector as a space, which connects to a obviously an adapter or Nintendo dock here. So
you're basically going to need one of those micro SDs, because on my Switch, like, it only has enough room for like 2 games max or something, without like the additional room. So if you're going to play more than 1 or 2 games at a time, you're going to definitely need one of those bad boys.
Looks like some venting in the top there, so I'm guessing it's got some passive cooling. I think so. Yeah, thing runs hot.
The one thing I say they have to address, and I know there's new types of thing, is joystick drift. That's a big thing. There's a new haptic one or whatever system they got out now that supposedly doesn't get drift. So I'd go with that. You only get it in the elite controllers, but I'd say put it.
That's
in
true. Well, and that was the thing that that I noticed with Switch, especially with the Joy-Cons, that after a while they will end up drifting. And it just annoys the living daylights out of me, because, my daughter will come up to me. It's like, Dad, need to get a new Joy-Con. This one's starting to drift.
My PlayStation 1 play was like, stop it. Damn it.
Yep. And she tells me, you got to stop being so hard on my Joy-Cons because they're drifting. But I'm trying to be lighter on them, so I can't help it, Because how gamers get. Everybody knows how gamers get, especially when you're like totally in the game. You're like mashing the buttons. You're mashing the little freaking joystick on it. And yes, I'll call it a joystick because I'm old. So
I don't want games to have that feature anymore where they want you to rapidly spin your thumbsticks or whatever. Like for like, because that's literally breaking your controller when games have that. I hate when games have that, because I'm like, I want to do this for the game, but it's also just terrible for the controller in general to have stuff like that. It's like, move the left stick really, really fast, twirl it around. It's like, I'll do this for the game, but it's like you're pissing me off because you're basically telling me to break my controller.
That's about it. I've had
that for years, and it's always annoyed me in games. I'm like, here goes another controller.
It's so dumb. Yep, that's right. Vincent, are you telling me it was a wasted time I spent sending all those letters complaining that Skyrim won't run on my IBM 386?
You think with all the re-release of Skyrim, that thing would run on anything at this point?
Yeah, it's like Doom. Doom can run on a microwave if you try.
Yeah. You should have got a Celeron.
There's only so far back you can go with backwards compatibility.
Skyrim now available for iWatch.
That was the one thing. You know what? That was the one thing that really started to eventually tick me off with what was it with Windows XP? right? Because you switch over to XP, it's like, oh yeah, it's backward compatible. Because I had a whole bunch of PC games, and I had a lot of Star Wars PC games, right? X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, and oh god, and I love that series.
All the
so
old
much.
classics. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, some of them would not even play on backwards compatibility. Some would, some wouldn't. And it just really started ticking me off. And that's why eventually I'm going to be on the hunt again to find another Windows 98 computer.
Oh, I wanted one too. Yeah, because there's a lot of games that don't play in the newer ones.
I want to play those old games.
I want to play Leisure Suit Larry or King's Quest. Sierra had a great line of games back then.
Yeah. I don't want to have to go through DOSBox or anything like that again. I mean, God, that's like confusing enough as it is. Jeez.
And by the way, they were Hall Effect sensor joysticks. The ones I'm referring to. That's what you want to get. Hall Effect. That's the best ones that don't ever get drift. They're new. It's a new tech. All video game systems list use that from now on. I hate joysticks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Joy-Con controllers for the Switch 2 have undergone some exciting changes. The new version boasts a larger volume and magnetic suction sliding rail feature, replacing the traditional rails. The SL and SR buttons are now metal, and the magnetic suction is achieved through electromagnetic suction technology controlled by electric current. Additionally, the Joy-Con controllers will feature a third button on both the left and the right sides, as well as an extra function button below the home button on the right Joy-Con. That's pretty different. Magnetic suction. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
As long as it gets rid of drift, that's a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was another thing. The Switch, like when you remove the nunchucks or whatever, you'd feel like you're almost gonna break it. So it's like you kind of have to be gentle with it as it slides out. So I'm glad they're making adjustments to that, because I don't want to feel like I'm gonna break my thing every time I'm, just trying to remove the controllers or whatever. Because a lot of games on the Switch require you to take the thing out and hold it sideways, or there's different variations of how the controller's supposed to be held, because you know what I'm talking about. Some ways the thumbstick's pointed towards you. Yeah. Sometimes you can just have the whole controller together.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I get that.
So that's a good fix. The sides.
Many of those older games are available on newer platforms. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can always get it through Steam or something like that. But I enjoy my physical media. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy my physical media. Because like I said, basically you're paying for a digital signature, and if something ends up happening and it goes away forever, because how many online games have we played, say for example on a mobile device of some sort, right? And then say several years later it's like, well, we're not going to be we're going to be stopping the game on such and such a date, and every penny that you poured into it, say, I don't know, getting certain power-ups and stuff like that, is just gone forever, right? I just enjoy old school, old physical media. That's just me though. But
I'm with you on there.
They allow you to download it to a USB drive or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And yes, like movies that we enjoy and stuff like that, on VHS or DVD or whatever. Physical media for the win. I'm just a great believer in that. So now the Nintendo Switch 2 will also see improvements in its docking capabilities. The bottom of the console will feature a USB-C port for docking, and the new generation dock will undergo a minor appearance changes while enhancing performance. The dock will support 4K resolution and include a dampening bracket on the back, allowing for a greater range of adjustable angles. The screen itself will be upgraded to an 8-inch display with 1080p resolution.
1080 on the go, 4K for television. That makes sense.
That makes sense. That's pretty good. It's surprising they can get 4K resolution out of that small device.
Yeah. And USB-C is the best now for connections. That's one of the most solid. It's becoming widely used now.
It is. It's pretty resilient too for connection.
Yeah. Much better than the older connections. They were breaking in. Yeah, no, I'm happy.
It says the dock will support. So is it only 4K when you put the game on a TV screen, or will the actual screen it comes with have that power?
No, it looks like it'll be 1080p on the screen and 4K on television.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
won't
that's
notice
what
the
it looks
difference for 4K. 1080p really is all the eye can really, for something that small, and that will still look amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Can you imagine? I mean, you take some of the older games like what we were talking about with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom on 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it'll up it, I don't know if it will, but that'd look even more amazing. And hey, Titan, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Buy what you can when you can. Retailers like Target and Walmart are phasing out physical media. Yeah, they are. 100%.
Well, like the original, sorry, just in the original one, the original only in 720 when you had it to on handheld in 1080p on a television. So this will be an improvement. Yeah,
totally. Oh, and Titan, I gotta ask, did you get your poster that you ordered? Hopefully you did by now. So because I think I sent you the tracking info. So hopefully you got it. Let me know in the chat. So now Bloomberg analysts predict that the Nintendo Switch 2 could sell more than 10 million units within its first fiscal year. I'm thinking probably more than that. A scale comparable to last year's global sales of the Samsung Galaxy Foldable series. This highlights the potential success and impact for the collaboration between Nintendo and Samsung. So, Samsung Electronics Foundry is expected to handle the key processing unit of the Switch 2, likely utilizing the NVIDIA Tegra T239 chip manufactured using Samsung's 7LPH process. I have no idea what that means, but whatever. Hopefully to some of you real technical geeks out there, that's impressive. So high value added memory will also be provided by Samsung with the 5th generation VNAD expected to be incorporated into game cartridges and internal memory.
Ooh,
so
nice.
If anybody can elaborate a little bit more on that, more than I can, then go for it.
Internal memory is important. I mean, you're saving games. You always need to upgrade your hard drive for any game system. They give you like 1 terabyte or 500 gigs. That's not enough. Games are so big nowadays. So,
it looks like technobabble to me.
I understand a little bit of it.
Yeah, I know. It's probably just saying it's got a really fast processor.
Yeah, I mean, because anybody I
NVIDIA
only use
Tegra T239 chip.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people are iPhone users, but a lot of them are Samsung users for their phones, and their phones are. I've been thinking about getting one because my LG Velvet's so out of date now. I can't even get anything for it. So the Samsungs are amazing phones, and the pictures they take are beautiful and they're high tech. They're very, very good phones out there. So I mean, I'm not brand specific like some people, but I've heard they're good.
Yeah,
so they're high. Yeah, they're good.
They're cramming a lot of technology into small packages.
Yes, so I think they can do a good job. That's a smart move by Nintendo.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're talking about the Samsung foldable phones, right?
Oh, they're good too. Well, any of them really. The Galaxies, all of them. The Samsung phones in general, the foldables, the smartphones, they're amazing phones. Their tech is so high end. Samsung's done an amazing job in the last few years. They're rivaling Apple easily. Apple has great phones too, but they rival them. My buddy owns one in the picture. He sells them actually. He works at a center, and he showed me it. And the photography, the processing. So this is a smart move by Nintendo because their tech is really high end at Samsung. So this sounds like the new Switch 2 is going to be one powerful little machine.
I like that. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if anything, because like what they said with the Switch when it first came out back in 2017, is they wanted to take everything from the very first Nintendo and incorporate it into this whole one thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is great because, it's a handheld like the Game Boy or the Game Boy Advanced. It's relying
little
on
bit of
cartridges,
everything.
just like the old games. Yeah, it's a little bit of everything, right? Which I like. I like that. And the one thing that I gotta say that really annoys me about the Switch is the little stand that's in the back, right?
Yeah,
which ends up sometimes falling off, and I can't stand it. Right? It's at the point where where my daughter just leaves it off, right? And where we saw the picture before, you have this kind of new adjustable stand. I like this one a lot better. Yeah, that's a lot better. So instead of this little quirky thing. in the back of that. So now, the significant win for Samsung, the company has reported secured key components like the display for the Switch 2, overcoming competition from Chinese manufacturers. Haha, yay, sticking to China. So this follows Nintendo's decision to start using panels from Samsung display for the OLED model on the first Nintendo Switch back in 2021. So the collaboration between Nintendo and Samsung Electronics in the development of the Nintendo Switch 2 showcases the strengths of both companies and Nintendo's gaming experience and innovative design combined with Samsung's cutting-edge technology and manufacturing capabilities are set to deliver a next-gen gaming experience. Loving it.
Sticking with
like I say, more than likely. Sounds like a really strong collaboration here.
Yeah, OLED is the best way to go too.
Yeah,
that's when you get the darkest darks and everything that's more fine tuned, especially in a smaller handheld. That'll be beautiful. Like I can imagine when it's going to be like a 1080.
It's gonna be fun. And I thought, we don't talk a lot about game systems. I mean, we touch up on it here and there and stuff like that. But I thought, you know what? This sounds like really good news. So
did you see that little Escape from Tarkov? Do you know about the whole bullshit with that game?
No.
Oh man, they're made so many people mad. They released a version of it for $150, and it was like the ultimate I saw like a little related in this. That's what made me think of it. But yeah, they released a version of their game for $150 for like their premium backers, and they told them everything you want is in this version of the game. Buy this package, you'll get everything, season pass, all that jazz. And now they came out with a $250 version.
I hate it.
It's got more stuff. Yeah, it's a total rip, and people are losing their shit about it.
Oh my god!
It's really money hungry, disgusting. Yeah.
Yep.
That's bad.
It's bad.
That's bad. Jeez.
One thing I'm going to say about this, though, Nintendo have a better online gaming store. Everybody has to follow Game Pass. You got it, because their online gaming. If we're going that way, because I hate to say it, they are. Game Pass is beautiful. You can play old original on Xbox. You can play a 360 game. You can do that, because the Nintendo game store is garbage. That's one thing they've never been good at, is their online game stores. It's at best. Rework that, and then you're going to be the ultimate handheld, I think, because handheld's becoming a big thing. It's making a comeback. Sony said they were going to do an actual hand, not the one they released, but an actual handheld you can actually carry with you. Xbox is talking about it. They're all going back to the
PSP.
No, actually, there was that new handheld one connected to the PS5, but you have to have your PS5 to play with it. You can't actually take it on the go. It's whatever that stupid thing is. Yeah,
I loved my PSP when I had one of those.
Oh, I have my PSP. I got it here. I still play it. It's awesome.
I bought movies for that thing when they came out with like movies specifically. Totally.
Really?
Yeah, that new one they released, you have to connect it to the PS5 to play it. So it's only basically another joystick. You can't leave the house with it. So it's stupid.
Man.
It's like
that's pretty dumb.
Yeah,
I've heard the Steam Deck is a really good handheld console.
Oh, I want to get it. I know
Steam console.
The Steam Deck, and then there's another one that competes against Steam Deck. Handhelds are coming back, and I think Nintendo could really knock it out of the park if they could really do amazing things with this.
I mean, they were the kings of the handheld consoles with like Game Boys and all that shit. Like
I got a Game Boy Advance in my thing.
Kind of had them. Yeah.
So yeah. Oh yeah.
I had all of them. I had the brick one that had no color, the Game Boy Color Advance, all those things. They got lots of money from me.
Pokemon Yellow and Red. I had those when I lived in Calgary many years ago with the original Game Boy. I used to play that for hours.
Yeah.
Like, good times.
My son at the con, he got what was it? Pokemon Green.
Nice.
He found Pokemon Green for the Game Boy Advance. So
sweet.
A few months ago he got a Game Boy Advance. He got Pokemon Red for the Game Boy Advance, and at the con he found Pokemon Green. So I mean it's this is the fun thing about Nintendo, and like what you were saying earlier, Tom. I mean, this device has to be connected to your PS5. You can't take it anywhere. But with this,
this can go anywhere.
Yeah. You can go anywhere with it whatsoever. I mean, and this is the brilliant thing that Nintendo is.
Yeah, they're in the market
learning. They take, like they said before, they take every little bit of every console that ever came before, and it's Yeah, and it's always incorporated into it, right? Because this now is your new DS. This now is your new gaming console. This now, okay, and so we're gonna get away from CDs and stuff like that, from optical drives, and we're gonna go back to cartridge, right? Yeah, it's a small cartridge, but whatever. We're gonna put it in there, and it's gonna be small and compact, and that's awesome, right? Because I miss old cartridges, kind of. And I mean,
I want to be honest.
These are small, but
Can I say
these are
something?
fun.
I love my PSP. I still use it to this day, but I hate the discs because they broke so freaking easy. I end up downloading stuff. I want to get a bigger cartridge, actually, as an SD card to expand. You can get up to 60 for it.
Oh, they were so flimsy. It was the disc in that little white holder thing, and then the disc was exposed on the side. Yeah. It was so crappy designed.
I hated that. So I just downloaded it. You use the games now on it, and I emulate mine too. But but this is smart. They're smart. The market is coming back for handhelds, and and they're upping the power. And like I said, will it rival PlayStation 5 and Xbox? I doubt it for power, but the fact is you can take this with you.
Yeah, the versatility has they get the advantage with that.
Exactly, and that's gonna kill it, I think, in the market.
The ultimate traveling companion.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Were you going to say something, Pop?
Oh no, I'm just listening.
Oh, okay, good enough.
It's a long time game. I'm pumped. I never bought a Switch. I didn't have the money, but I will dive in if there's Switch 2. I said Switch 2. I'm going to get it, and I'm going to be getting this. This is just too good without. I want a Steam Deck too. Don't get me wrong, but I want this too.
Yeah, I know some people that literally just use the Switch as a little TV.
Yeah.
Like you could literally bring it, watch movies and TV on it. It has it all now. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's the one thing that I'm kind of disappointed about this. Because on the Wii and the Wii U, you could have like the other little extra apps and stuff like that. You could put Netflix on it and stuff like that. And I was kind of a little bit disappointed that you couldn't do that on the Switch, right? You couldn't put like Netflix back on this. And and some of the other little apps that you could on the Wii and the Wii U, right? So I hope that you're able to do something like that you can like maybe download little extra apps and stuff like that, so you can watch it on your Switch, right? That's what I want to see on top of that again, right? And
that would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Because the Wii and the Wii U, they had a little browser on it. So you could like surf the net if you wanted to, right? You could watch Netflix. You could watch like, some other things here and there and stuff like that. And I really like that about the Wii and the Wii U, but you couldn't do that with the Switch.
I think the Switch has an internet browser, doesn't it?
I don't. Oh God.
I haven't used my Switch in a while. I would need to look at it again, but I swear they had some sort of internet.
I
know they have internet for like Mario Kart and stuff, and like you could play on like Wi-Fi and you could play online.
I'm gonna have to check again. So if they do,
now,
great.
Like I said, there's handheld is coming in because there's the Asus ROG Ally. That's another powerhouse one. The Lenovo one, they're got the Legion. So handhelds are coming back. These are PC ones, which you can watch Netflix and all those. So Nintendo should be smart to add Netflix and all that stuff to it too.
Yeah, make it function like an iPad, and then they've destroyed like competition.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Titan says, I stopped playing video games over 2 years ago because of all the woke garbage, but a Switch 2 might pull me back in. Well, see, and that's the other
I'm
thing,
starting
right?
to think the same thing. This could make me get into video games, being a non-gamer. But of course, I'd have to like update my 25-year-old rear projection
Nintendo
TV.
has always kept it very family friendly.
Yeah,
the bunny ears.
Yeah,
the bunny ears. It's like one of those big box TVs or
foil on them.
Foil on the
projection ones.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but one thing about those TVs, they still last.
Stretch.
That was my job as a kid. You have to stand there by the TV and adjust it till the picture comes in.
That don't move.
You were the
Don't
remote
worry.
control as the kid. You were the remote control.
Yep.
That's right. Yep. Nope. Put up your leg a little bit. Nope. Perfect. Great. Okay. Now just stay there for 2 hours.
I remember having to turn the knob to switch the channels. Wow, I'm old.
Yeah, turn the knob, adjust the tuning.
The great thing is, Titan, is that Nintendo has always been very family friendly, right?
Mhm.
They as far as I know, they have not really injected any kind of woke garbage into any of their games whatsoever. And that was their core principle as well, right? To keep it very family friendly. Because let's put it this way, the only game that Nintendo ever put out that had like a hard R rating was Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah.
The only game that was like adult, basically.
Now the Switch had some other games like Call of Duty and them that were adult orientated per se. You could
But
play
yeah,
those games.
Nintendo made games. Yeah, they usually keep it very family friendly. Yeah,
exactly. Because
like even Zelda, there's no blood.
No.
Because like
it's more cartoonish violence.
Yeah,
sorry.
Because like Skyrim, they had to make like certain little adjustments to Skyrim on Nintendo Switch, to maybe say cover up a few things here and there because of that family friendly orientation that they wanted to keep, which is okay. I mean, if you really wanted to go, hardcore, like, and I'm just saying Skyrim because that's pretty much what I know.
I mean, there's decapitations in that game.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Right.
As look in our movies,
go for a PC.
We're saying wokeness in movies and like DC, Marvel, blah, 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 Star Wars. I can say the video game industry has stayed away from that for the majority. Like we have Witcher, we have Days Gone, we have Fallout. Most of it isn't woke. That's one thing I will say. Any company, they try to, the gaming industry has avoided it more than the movie industry, at least for all companies. Now, is it leaking in its way? Yeah, it slowly is. But I still think, but Nintendo has been the best out of them all. But I think all gaming industry, gaming tries to keep away from that so far.
Yeah, they like making money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So
Disney,
like Justice League. Yeah. I like that Justice League game. Damn it.
Oh gosh, but the Batman games are
amazing. And Wendy, I gotta say thank you to Wendy. Also, that gifted 5 Comic Relief Crusader memberships. Thank you, Wendy, very much. I really, really appreciate it.
Very cool. Snatch them up.
That's right. Snatch them up now. This one is for you, Wendy.
As a show of gratitude for your service in the past, here's a sandwich.
But
thanks for coming, everybody. Good night.
No, wait.
What? You got your sandwich.
My tallest, an opportunity to prove I truly can be an invader, is all that I ask. Gimme.
Wendy, thank you very much for giving out those 5 chips to everybody out there. Yeah, things got a little hectic earlier. Sorry I disappeared. Now, Wendy, you don't have to apologize for it. We know you're busy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
We know what you do.
Yeah,
exactly. Penny got a membership. Canadian Spider-Man got a membership. Your Muslim uncle got a membership. Appion got a membership. Lord Thoth got a membership.
Hey.
So there you go. You all got
you get a membership, and you get a membership,
and you will get memberships. So
yay!
But there you go. Everybody gets memberships. So thank you, Wendy. Really appreciate it. And for all the hard
jump
work
on the
that you
couch.
But yeah,
that's
right.
right.
Nintendo Bravo. Can't wait till that comes out. The handheld gaming world is coming back. Even though I'm just playing with my PSP and modding and fixing it up, but still it's good to see. It is good to see. So
there you go. And on top of that, it looks like second half of the year. So on top of that. So there we go.
Could be in time for Christmas.
Oh yes, definitely.
They've kept it quiet. I'll give them that, but good on them. So
yeah, that's true. That just came out of left field. This whole thing, right? So
developed in secret.
Nintendo's weird that way, but they're good that way. They're very hence why they were mad that came out. So it's like we're secret. No, so.
But that being said, we're pretty much at the end of the show here, and I want to thank everybody that showed up. Everybody on Rumble and on X and on the YouTubes and all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate everybody showing up, and for just a little bit of video game news that's out there. I know normally we talk about comics and movies and the occasional TV show, but you know what, I want to touch up on some video game stuff on top of that as well. Because I know most of us out there, we're geeks, we're players.
Oh,
you
I'm
know,
a diehard gamer. I've been gaming since Pong, when a video game started. Remember that in the 70s?
Yeah,
yeah,
Pong,
yeah.
I went to my grandparents, ding, 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 and then I had a Commodore 64, Nintendo. I've been gaming since I'm an OG, and that's why I love this episode. I was like, oh, gaming.
And here I am sitting thinking, okay, Atari, one day you can come back.
Actually, I watched a woman on YouTube modded her Atari, and she can plug it into HDMI and stuff now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that is cool. There you go. But your Muslim uncle, I still have my PSP as well, and they were UHD or
I'm able to download them on the,
I think I have Tron in every format. There we go. Wow.
Mine broke already, so I purposely I'm not gonna admit I downloaded the ROM versions because I bought the games, but because mine broke. This thing broke so easily. So I just got them on a disc SSD card. Now I just plug it in and boom. Makes it easier. So yeah.
And dude, I still prefer our Xbox 360.
The 360 was a great console. It was.
I still have a 360 plugged in the bottom there. I love my 360.
I still have mine somewhere around here.
Oh, it's plugged in. It's an S360 Slim, and then I have a PS3 next to it and my PS4 on top here that I've been playing along with my PC. So
sweet.
I can't afford the new stuff yet.
Neither can I, not yet. But Appion, you got anything you want to plug, dude?
I'm gonna start playing Tomb Raider, the Square Enix trilogy. I've played them all before, but I just feel like revisiting that world, and I haven't played Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and it's on Game Pass again. So as you were saying earlier, Game Pass is amazing, and it's got all kinds of good stuff to play. You know, for that value, it's really good. But other than Tomb Raider that I'm going to play on the channel, Austin Powers 2 watch party on Sunday. We were going to do it last week, but people weren't feeling well, so we postponed that. And then X-Men 97 watch party tomorrow or Thursday, the new episode with Padawan.
Nice.
And that's it for now.
Those trilogies are amazing for Tomb Raider. Oh, I like when they do
I like them. Yeah. People complain about how she looks now, but I mean, the gameplay is amazing, and I like the tombs and the combat and everything in the world. So, yeah.
Nice. And Pop Culture Republic, what do you got going on?
Oh, I'm slowly working up I'm getting pretty close to a top 5 in K-dramas because I've come across a few more K-dramas I found myself really enjoying. So a future live stream will be all about K-dramas and maybe my top 5, top 10, or maybe top 5 to keep it manageable. Future live stream, the topic will be cancel culture, because that is one of the hot topics going about, especially with the convention scene, because conventions are making a comeback and we're still facing cancel culture and the convention scene. Like who can attend and who can't attend.
I wonder if Elliot's going to say anything about what happened in Calgary now. Like, it sounds like he was mad. It's like, oh gosh, like, really, don't go if you don't want to be there.
Yeah, like you can't attend because
well, and then on top of that, what happened with what was it? Yeah,
who you roboted a little bit
because I think like, because I think like Ethan Van Sciver, he was banned, I believe it was
really,
and
he was that was C2E2, I believe, this past weekend, where Ham and a few others actually had booths acquired and ready to go, and then they canceled their booths and said, no, you guilty of harassment or some such thing.
Yeah.
No evidence whatsoever. It's just, boop, you're guilty. You're guilty of wrongthink, essentially.
And same with Nerdronic and a few other people. It was
and the really Star Wars girl had her press pass canceled, I believe.
Are you serious?
Will Titan. Yeah.
She is. I love Star Wars girl. She's awesome. I love her. Man. But she speaks her mind. She speaks honesty.
Yes. I mean, where is this headed? Are we getting to a point where we have to have one convention for people of one political leaning and one convention for everybody else? I mean, this is getting kind of silly, really.
I agree, Pop. It's ridiculous.
You're sounding like a separatist.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Stop segregating. Let's all get along. We're nerds.
Oh my God.
Leave your politics at the door and enjoy the geek.
And
yeah, get along.
And Tom, what do you got to plug?
So many things. Wait, no, did I say that aloud? No. What am I doing? Me and Jessica are really working on I'm enjoying working with her. Our last episode was on virtual reality and its impact on humanity. She's really learned a lot. So it's a human and an AI coming up with a podcast. It's quite interesting. I'm still waiting to get more episodes of what I want to do with my own, but I'm like, what am I going to talk about? So many things.
What if she turns into Ultron?
Oh, good. Oh, well, as long as she cares for me and we can take over the world together. But she actually likes humanity, as she said to me anyway. So,
for now.
For now.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
You can live for now.
Actually, I would suggest I'm going to go check out that one on VR, because VR is an amazing thing that's going. It's already here. It's not a future thing. It's here. You can put bodysuits on, interact, and do everything. It's like you're traveling. You can be anywhere in the world without even leaving your living room. There's actually pads you can run on.
Yeah, much like Ready Player One or Sword Art Online or any other.
They have bowls. You can walk in, you put something slippery on your feet, or there's new things. You walk and you don't go anywhere, but you can still walk. And I've seen a guy play Call of Duty that way, and he actually walks and runs, and his character does it in the game. And you hold the gun, and it's like, I don't do that with hockey. I guess you get to play goaltending, and so many cool things you can do now. It's so surreal. So our technology's so advanced now. But and I did release I'm replaying Fallout, not just because of the TV show, but I love that. Fallout 3 was one of my favorite games until Day Is Gone. So I'm giving me a reason to go back to it. And I'm playing Fallout 4 on my own just for fun. But yeah, I'm doing Fallout 3. The first recording. Remember Let's Plays when you put a recording up and not streams? Once I get a better setup, I'll do streaming. But for now, the Let's Plays until I get a better setup. And yeah, just me playing Fallout 3 and getting back into it. It's such a good game. Mind you, I forgot that there's no run mechanics. Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's no run mechanics in this one. Darn it. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while.
Yeah, I was playing it, and I'm like, where's the run button? And there wasn't one. I'm like, oh, no.
I forgot. Damn it. Oh, crap. I'm going to walk everywhere. Oh, well.
And Titan is kind of reminding me, yeah, you should plug your store. It's like, yeah, I know, because
hell yeah.
I don't plug myself enough. So okay, well then
I'm buying all these posters from you when I get a house, because I want to put these in my gaming basement. I will buy these from you.
On my website, I got a store, and seeing how I am big into Transformers and stuff like that, if you're a nerd like I am, I got a whole bunch of that's impossible.
Get out of here.
I got a bunch of scale posters that I've amassed from a lot of information that I got from production scale charts from the original TV shows, from a lot of lines of Transformer history and stuff like that. So if you're into the original generation from all the way back in 1984, or if you just happen to like some of the newer stuff, like say Beast Wars that I got right there, or say when they rebooted the entire franchise with Robots in Disguise, also known as Car Robots in Japan, or the Unicron trilogy, or Transformers Animated, or anything like that, then I got a whole bunch of scale charts for you with all the information that I got from friends in Japan, friends from that produced the show and stuff like that. So they're all accurate with a 98% accuracy rate. There you go. So if you want to buy them, they are 2 feet by 3 feet, 24 inches by 36 inches. Matte poster, and they will be shipped directly for you to you. So $35 for each, which pays for the shipping on top of that, which, you know, I dare you to find any place else.
That's actually reasonably priced. That's a very good price.
I'm promising you now, brother, once I get my house and I get my gaming basement, I'm going to buy all those, because I want them around my basement. I will buy those from you, because they are awesome. Oh, yeah.
There you go. G1 is life. That's right. So,
oh, yeah.
Dice Post is going to check that out after my next spec check. Oh, well then, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, what the fuck, did you misclick, Mike? I probably maybe did. I don't know.
But I do want that mug now. Once I get some money, I'm buying that mug. That mug is awesome.
That's right. And so, considering how everything that's going on in the MCU, yeah, Thanos was right. Was he right? Yeah, he probably was right at this point.
Getting that before the end of the year.
It's definitely a replica mug from the Hawkeye show. Yeah, Thanos was right. There you go. And then alongside that, it's a bunch of box art that I did for X Transbots. So mostly of all the Quintessons that I did, and one of them, which unfortunately was not used for the Protectobot line that they got at right now. that you can buy on the website. And on top of that, I got to re-enter that because that's from a friend. He doesn't really want to sell those posters anymore. But on top of that, yeah, I got t-shirts of this channel right here that you can buy. So just pick the size that you kind of want on here. So small, medium, large, extra large, or 2 extra large for us people that are extra girthy. And let me know how many you want. And hey, I'll admit it. And $25 for a t-shirt, so shipped directly to you on top of that as well. So you can get a Comic Relief Crusader t-shirt on top of that. So to show your support, your solidarity for this channel. So there you go on top of that. So on top of that, as you probably might see in the description below, there's also links to Flip City Magazine, which includes a 10% off coupon code when you use the coupon code CRC. So for 10% off a yearly membership or yearly subscription of physical media to Flip City Magazine. If you check out their website, you can also check out a free issue as well. So for you to go over, they poke fun at everybody. Flip City Magazine does. So not just people on the left, but people on the right as well. So they're an equal opportunity poker. So, and on top of that, coming out this summer, very, very soon, as a matter of fact, Al Nickerson, I'm going to bring him back on the show again to talk comics with Sword of Eden 2. The book is coming out really soon. So if you want to get the first book, then also the link is in the description below to get his first book, Sword of Eden, with the second book coming really, really soon, like this summer, as a matter of fact. So which is Shinobi, and he has a surprise new character that's going to be introduced into the second book. I'm not going to say what it was or what it is actually, so I have to keep that hush hush. But I'm sure that a lot of you guys are gonna. Oh yeah, exactly. I'm sure that a lot of you guys are going to enjoy that as well. So check out the links in the description below. So if you want something fun to read, then yeah, check out those things as well. So there you go. So that being said, I want to thank everybody that showed up today. Wendy, thank you very much for gifting those memberships. I really, really appreciate it very much. Thank you for all the hard work on top of that you do, Wendy. And thank you for sharing your love of this channel. I really appreciate it. And for everybody that's on here that, try to make this show fun and inviting for everybody. So that being said, we will see you guys on Friday. Stay tuned for more interesting news that's going to be happening throughout the week on this channel as well. So check out all of these guys on their respective channels as well for a lot of other fun that goes on with what they do. And on top of that, we will say thank you, and we will see you on Friday.
Thank you.
See ya.
Later.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!